Let's call this meeting of the Aurora City Council for November 14, 2023 to order. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Here.
Alderwoman Garza?
Here.
Alderman Masiacos?
Present.
Alderman Donnell?
Here.
Alderman Franco?
Here.
Alderman Seville?
Here.
Alderman Tolliver?
Here.
Alderwoman Smith?
Here.
Alderman Bug?
Here.
Alderwoman Bate?
Here.
Alderman Lash?
Present.
Alderman Warman?
Here.
Mayor Irvin's present.
Is there a motion to approve the
So
appointment of
moved.
Sergeant Arms for this
Second.
meeting? There's been a motion moved by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries by voice vote. Let us, Mr. Muhammad?
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, City Council. As we celebrate Diwali, happy Diwali, everybody. As we celebrate Diwali today, we have special guests who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation. Third grader Ayush Prasant will lead us in the pledge, followed by Rama and Harsha Gagasani, who will lead us in the invocation. If all of our guests can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ayush.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपं ज्योति नमोऽस्तुते दीपं ज्योति परब्रह्म दीपं ज्योति जनार्दन दीपेन साध्यते सर्वं संध्यादीपं नमोऽस्तुते.
So this shloka means salutations to the light of the lamp, which brings us auspiciousness, health, and prosperity, which destroys selfless feelings as well. Salutations. The light of the lamp represents the Supreme Brahma, and the light of the lamp also represents Janardana, which is Lord Vishnu. Let me light the lamp to remove my sins. Salutations to the light of the lamp.
I'm going to sing sloka for Ganesha, which starts every work for us. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
This shloka means salutations to Sri Ganesha, who has a carved trunk, a large body, and an aura of 1,000,000 suns. O Deva, please make my undertakings free of obstacles by extending your blessings to all my work always. Om.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You may be seated.
First, let me say we appreciate you coming to pray and leading the pledge today. Young man, what is your name one more time? Ayush? How old are you? 9 years old. You did a very good job, very confident. We appreciate you coming out, and you both too. Thank you very much for coming to City Council and praying with us and leading the pledge with us today. All right, let's go on to Mayor's Office of Community Affairs, Mr. Muhammad.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Thank you again to our young leaders here as we celebrate Diwali officially on Sunday, but throughout, of course, the week, this entire period of Diwali. Our Indian American Community Outreach Advisory Board celebrated a couple of weeks ago. Of course, Balaji Temple and so many those who celebrate throughout the world on Sunday and throughout. So tonight, we are honored to have with us one of our stalwart groups, HSS, Hindu Swayam Savik Singh, who we work with each year on a number of projects, but in particular their Sewa Diwali project collecting food for our local food pantries and nonprofits. The mayor and the alderwoman issued the proclamation at our Diwali event, but we will present that as well tonight to our HSS leaders. So if we can ask Mayor Irvin, Alderwoman Bate to come down to the microphone, and all of our guests who are in this room and those who are across the hall watching, if you can make your way over, we're going to try to fill in as best we can. I told you we're in a smaller physical space this year, but if all of our guests from HSS Aurora can please come on down and join the mayor. Big round of applause for Hindu Swayam Savik Singh. Come on down. Everybody come on down, all the partner organizers here. We're going to share a little bit about
How you doing, brother? See
what's happened this last period of time, and
See
then
you,
the mayor will present the proclamation.
you, brother. Good to see you, brother. Hi, how are you?
Good evening and namaste everyone. My name is Piyush Khandelwal. I am the proud resident of City of Aurora, City of Lights, and I am a proud volunteer of Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh, HSS. We would like to thank our mayor, Mr. Richard C. Irwin, all aldermen and city staff recognizing Seva Diwali efforts with all dharmic organizations. Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh, USA is a voluntary, non-profit, social, educational and cultural organization. It aims to coordinate the Hindu American community to practice, preserve and advance ideals and values of Hindu Dharma. HSS conducts value-based education programs for children, young adults and adults through more than 220 branches nationwide. We also organize service activities and community outreach projects. We strongly believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means the whole world is one family. Based on this ideal, HSS promotes and fosters members to become community leaders, brand ambassadors of Hindu Dharma to work for greater good of Aurora communities. Today, I am here to highlight some of the activities that HSS completes in each calendar year including Seva Diwali. We start each year with Surya Namaskar Yagna called SNY in January to motivate community members to live a healthy life through practicing Surya Namaskars called Sun Salutation. Then we celebrate Guru Vandana. This is an event where we honor teachers of Aurora Naperville Community Schools. This event successfully completed May of this year, where we appreciated more than 65 teachers and get honored. This event is very well received by our educators, our teachers. Next comes Adopt Highway. Our volunteers have been participating in this event regularly each year and adopting 75th between Naperville and Aurora cities. Then we celebrate Raksha Bandhan. Raksha Bandhan celebrates bonds between brothers and sisters. They promises to protect each other. During this occasion, HSS reaches out to the first responders community to thank and pray for their safety, being they discharge their duties selflessly. This year, we celebrated Raksha Bandhan in August with our first responders. This gave our young volunteers an opportunity to interact and learn from first responders, our police chief, our fire chief, and our diversity manager, Mr. Clayton. And now comes Seva Diwali. As year reaches towards end, we start our Seva Diwali food drive. Diwali is the festival of lights and one of the most popular Hindu festival. HSS celebrates it conducting food drives to help those have food insecurity. Last year, Seva Diwali was a joint initiative of more than 53 organizations from Chicago and its suburbs, where Naperville and Aurora jointly collected more than 13,000 pounds of food items and donated to local pantries. In current year, this food drive is still going on right now. It started from 15th of October and ending 20th of November. We invite everybody, and especially our city representatives, to participate in this food drive and help make this event a grand success. Thank you once again. We will be delighted if you can join us in any of our events in the upcoming months. Thank you for the opportunity.
Carlos, you need to come down, please.
It is my honor to give the Mayor's Award of Excellence, an honor presented to Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh Aurora for your stalwart efforts to assist those in need in our community through the collective efforts of the 2023 Seva Diwali food drive that benefits food pantries here in Aurora. Happy Diwali.
Although we already read the proclamation, so we won't have to tonight, we want to present this as well, the Alderwoman to HSS.
You know, I will at least read the last portion. You know, now therefore I, Mayor Richard C. Irvin, Mayor of the City of Aurora, do hereby recognize the historical and religious significance of Diwali and message of tolerance, compassion, and the victory of good over evil, which resonates with the American and Aurora spirit. Happy Diwali.
Any comments, Alderwoman?
As everybody knows, Diwali is Festival of Lights and we all live in City of Lights. I want to welcome each and every one of you, wherever you came from, to our City of Lights. And I want each and everybody's life to be full of light and happiness. I want to wish each and everyone a very happy and prosperous Diwali. Thank you.
Microphone, one more group picture. Again, thanking HSS for their year. We could look right ahead. Thanking HSS for their year-round work they do in our community. Thank you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Big round of applause for HSS Aurora as we celebrate Diwali here again. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. And in the true spirit of Diwali, our wonderful friends at HSS have brought sweets for everybody.
Delicious.
Thank you so much. Oh, it's my pleasure. Good to see you, brother. Thank you. Happy Diwali.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you, too.
Thank you, brother. Okay. Thank you so much. We have a couple more presentations tonight. I'm going to keep the podium over here so we have a clear shot, and we'll ask the mayor to come back down again. Sorry, Mayor. Thank you so much. Happy Diwali. Thank you so much. Wonderful group. We love working with each year. We also are joined tonight by another wonderful group, wonderful leader. This week is National Foundation Awareness Week. Those foundations throughout communities who help move communities forward. And we have one of those foundations here in the city of Aurora, the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley. And we know the impact that the Community Foundation has had on so many of our lives personally, mine included, with scholarships, but through our nonprofits, through our churches, through our educational facilities. A number of us joined the foundation a couple of weeks ago for their annual gala, and this year they celebrate 75 years of impact in the city of Aurora. Big round of applause for the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley. Our President CEO Julie Christman is here. Come on down, and board members, come on down, and we have a special proclamation from the city. And then Julie will also share more about. Let's give them a round of applause as they make their way down. Thank you to our board members. Mr. John Dietrich's here. You know, the President CEO, Rush Copley as well. Okay.
It is my pleasure to read this proclamation for November 23rd, Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley Day, celebrating 75 years of community impact. Whereas in 1943, Charles Hofer, the publisher of the Aurora Beacon News, convened a group of community leaders to study post-war plans for a better Aurora as corporate income taxes were excessively high, and business leaders were seeking ways to redirect their profits from onerous taxation to the service of local needs. And whereas conditions thus were favorable for the formation of a philanthropic vehicle, a community foundation, which would allow for the accumulation of tax-deductible contributions when convenient for the donors. Assets so accumulated would be retained for later distribution of charitable causes as suggested by the donors. And whereas in June 1948, formal structure was given to the concept through the establishment of the Aurora Foundation. The first annual meeting was held on November 23rd, 1948 at the Aurora Chamber of Commerce. And whereas since 1948, the foundation has grown from one charitable fund with assets of 5,000 over 500 charitable funds with assets of more than 100 million. And the foundation has distributed over 19 million in scholarships to local students and more than 50 million in charitable funds to local social service agencies, education and healthcare organizations, the arts and culture, religious institutions, and the environmental causes. Whereas in 2006, the foundation adopted a new name to more accurately reflect the communities it has always served. The Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley continues to the proud tradition of the Aurora Foundation by reaching out to the citizens of the greater Aurora area, the Tri-Cities of Kendall County. So now, therefore, I, Mayor Richard C. Irvin, do hereby congratulate the foundation on its 75th anniversary in Aurora by proclaiming its founding day, November 23rd, as the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley Day in the city of Aurora, to be celebrated annually by our community. Let's give them a round of applause.
Ms. Julie Crispin, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor Irvin. Thank you, City Council and Aldermen. Thank you to the staff at the City of Aurora. It is such an honor to be up here and to receive this proclamation and represent the thousands of people who have contributed their time and their talents and their treasure to benefit this great city of Aurora. And, you know, it started with just a few people in a room saying they want to make an impact and do something great. And look at where we are today. And the same thing keeps happening. There are hundreds of groups of young people today and groups like the Indian group that we just had here a few minutes ago that get together and try to make this world a better place. And that's what we're here doing. And we're grateful for all the support that the City of Aurora gives us. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. No more round of applause for the foundation. We appreciate everything you do. A couple more presentations, Mayor. We're building back up to our old time in here. Before, as you know, as you see on the screen, we celebrate this weekend the kickoff to the holiday season this Friday, November 17th. Two major events happening downtown, actually several, but two major that we're most closely affiliated with, Winter Lights, with over 5,000 RSVPs already. It's going to be massive down here with wonderful weather. And also the second season of Chris Kendall Market Aurora kicks off Friday night. Part of our annual Winter Lights festivities always is the window decorating contest. And this year, as you look on the screen, we had 13 businesses that came together to decorate for the season. Snow globes were the theme. And we're honored tonight to present the winner. We'll do it here as opposed to the parade, so that we can really focus and then focus on the parade Friday night. But joining us tonight, we have the head of Aurora Downtown, Ms. Tina Descheld, come on down. Aurora Swan, come on down as well, and our director of community events, Mike Nelson. Give them a round of applause as they make their way down. And I don't know if Fatima's here. We have a seat? Okay. Well, the winner this year is the owner of Pure Skin Solutions over on Stope Avenue. We will present her with her award. Make sure you visit all these businesses and to see the beautiful work they've done with their windows. But come on down Friday night. Tina and or Mike, if you'd like to share a little bit about Friday night and why people should come on down to Winter Lights.
Sure. We're very fortunate this year with the window decorating contest. We had 13 businesses participate. The theme this year is snow globes, so all of them did a wonderful and beautiful job throughout the downtown district. Friday is going to be amazing. Thousands of people downtown. It starts off with our beautiful Winter Lights Festival, the parade, the lighting of the tree, perhaps a special if our lucky stars are in place. Something else might happen too, as well as the Chris Kindle Market starting and Charlie at the and the Chocolate Factory opening night.
Thank you. Round of applause. We have the award that we'll present to Fatima. She's an esthetician, and I believe she had clients going until right about this time.
Right.
We knew it was going to push it, but we'd like to go ahead and publicly present the award to Aurora Downtown, to our team here as we take a group photo, and then we'll honor Fatima when we can this week.
So this award says the 2023 Winter Lights Outstanding Window Design. Let's give Fatima a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And one final one, Mayor.
All right.
Thank you, Aurora, Tina, and Mike. We're so excited to announce a new team member who's been with us a couple months, but certainly new to Aurora. Aurora's partnered with Bloomberg Harvard, their City Hall Fellowship Program. The Bloomberg Harvard Fellowship Program places Harvard master's or professional degree graduates into leadership positions in city halls all across America, where they apply their skills to create lasting change and help build capabilities in city government. These fellows, as they are called, help their host cities tackle pressing and significant challenges identified by each mayor. Central to each fellow's work is strengthening the host city's capacity to sustain the work beyond the 2-year fellowship, although we hope she stays longer and calls Aurora her home, continuing to innovate and serve city residents in areas such as housing, equitable economic development, climate resilience, and public safety. The Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative, the flagship program of Bloomberg Center for Cities at Harvard University, is a collaboration between the Harvard Kennedy School, Harvard Business School, and Bloomberg Philanthropies to equip mayors and senior city officials to tackle complex challenges in their cities. Launched in 2017, the initiative has worked with 465 mayors, 2,271 senior city officials, and 524 cities worldwide. We're honored to have this year. I'm going to ask her to come down and join the mayor, and she will be with us for 2 years, coming from Harvard. Big round of applause for Miss Jamie Lee. Let me tell you a little bit about Jamie. Jamie has over a decade of professional experience working on human rights, access to information, freedom of expression, and participatory policy making. She has led initiatives on community media, civic engagement, access to information, freedom of press, protection of journalists, and participatory policy and lawmaking at national and international levels. Recently at the United Nations, she's led a participatory lawmaking initiative to create a new law on access to information in Asia. And at the Berkman Klein Center for Internet and Society, she contributed to the research on the digital transformation strategy for Ukraine. She holds a master's in public administration from the Harvard Kennedy School, and her focus with us is looking at the census recount and how we really get a hold of those numbers supposedly lost and how we make a bigger dent in that as we work to reclaim, as we know, the rightful population of Aurora. Another round of applause for Miss Jamie Lee. Turn it over to Mayor. Say a little about Jamie, then Jamie to share.
Well, I can just say that, Clayton read a long list of accomplishments and pedigree, and all I have to say is I'm glad that you're here in Aurora. Let's give her a round of applause for being here in Aurora. After traveling the world and dealing with so many issues. Now you're coming to our city, the City of Lights, to make a difference. And I can tell you in the last couple of months that she's been here, she's already, added value. And we look forward to her continued participation. And we know she's going to continue to make a difference over the next 2 years here in the city of Aurora. Let's give her one more round of applause.
Jamie, you say any words?
Thank you so much for that nice introduction. It's been, I think, 3 months already since I've been here, and I have to say it's been an absolute privilege to work with such dedicated and committed staff at the City Hall. And it's been amazing to watch how everyone is so committed to serving the people of Aurora, and I'm very inspired every day. And I've had the chance to talk to some of the aldermen and some department heads and staff here, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for opening up your departments and inviting me to talk and share ideas about where to take my project into new directions. And I just had such a warm welcome in the city, so I really hope that I can stay longer. And also, Clayton talked about it a little bit, but my project is on the census. You may have heard that in 2020, there was an undercount of around 17,000 people in the city of Aurora. And my job is to sort of better understand these hard to count and hard to reach communities and understand how we can engage and create channels for communication with them so that we can serve them better and also have a better census outcome in the future. So I'm also always open to ideas and talking with everyone. So please just come up to me whenever you see me at the City Hall or just outside, and I'd just be happy to chat or have a coffee with you and discuss. So thank you so much.
Let's give Jamie another round of applause. We're happy to have her here in the city of Aurora.
Thank you. We'll see Jamie around a lot. Thank you, Jamie. We appreciate you there. Do one more picture. Thank you. And welcome to the team, Jamie, publicly and officially. Thank you. That concludes our presentations.
All right, let's go on to the balance of the agenda. The the mayoral appointments. Madam Clerk, will you read the first item under mayoral appointments?
23-0815, a resolution approving the appointment of Michael Zepeda to the Aurora Veterans Advisory Board.
So moved.
There's been a motion by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Lash. Any questions or discussions on that resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. We have Mike Zepeda right here in the room. Let's give him a round of applause. We know you served our country, brother. We appreciate your service, continued service to our city of Aurora. If you just wait around for a second, I want to take a picture with you once we get done introducing all the other appointments. Me and Mike go way back. Now, I wasn't going to bring it up, brother. We used to break dance back in the day. He was a whole lot better than me, though. He had a group called the AC Rockers that he wouldn't let me get into. As we get older, I'm going to try to get in that group, brother, still. I'll take a picture with you in a second, brother. Madam Clerk, can you read the next resolution?
23-0817, a resolution appointing 3 inaugural members, Daryl Silberman, Tiffany Hall, and Alvin Watkins, for a 3-year term to the Music Events and Entertainment Commission.
So moved. Second.
The motion moved by Alderman Garza, second by Alderman Smith. Are there any questions or discussions on this particular resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. Do we have Daryl, Tiffany, or Alvin in the room with us here? Oh, well, hello. All right. Well, thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. We definitely appreciate your service to the community. I don't have any stories to tell about you guys yet, but next time, I'm sure I'll tell the story. Just if you wait around just for a second, we'll take a picture together. Madam Clerk, to read the next resolution.
23-0835, a resolution appointing 4 inaugural members, Dee Dee Foley, Michael Summers, Alex Benitez, and Braden Smith for a 2-year term to the Music, Events, and Entertainment
So
Commission.
moved. Second.
There's been a motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Franco. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. Is Dee Dee, Michael, Alex, and Braden here in the room with you? Just raise your hands so we can see you. Let's give them a round of applause. And say, I want to thank you for your service that will come. This is a brand-new board. These are the inaugural, few of the inaugural members, and we look forward to the work you're going to put in to make this very successful. It's one that it's a long time coming, so we look forward to working with you real soon. We'll take a picture in just a second. Madam Clerk, read the last item under mayoral appointments.
23-0837, a resolution appointing 4 inaugural members, John Sargent, Nina Arme Rosa, William Small Jr., and Aaron Lechuga for a 1-year term to the Music, Events, and Entertainment Commission.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion by Alderman Garza, second by Alderman Franco. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this resolution? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. I know we've got William Smalls in. Do we have Nina, Rosa, John Sargent, or Aaron Chuga in the room with us? All right, that's what I was talking about. Let's give them a round of applause. There we go, brother. Also part of the inaugural Music, Events, and Entertainment Commission. And so we look forward to you guys' work on this and making it successful. You're the first. So, you guys are setting the standard. And I know you'll set it high. We look forward to celebrating. And I believe we have a date, December 1st, that we'll be inviting everybody out to welcome our new board to existence. And we're going to be bringing all of our 32 boards together so we can celebrate with the brand new board and just show the appreciation of everything that everyone does on all of our boards and commissions that we currently have. So again, thank you very much. I will come forward. If you got all the new folks that just joined the boards or got reappointed, please join me in the front.
Give another round of applause. Coming in,
Yes, sure. All right, another round of applause for our board.
Mayor, yes. A picture with Fatima.
Absolutely. Team is one.
Our window decorating contest winner, Fatima's here. Bring the trophy. There she is. Come on in. Order of Pierce was also a proud veteran of the United States Navy. Come on down. This is 2 years in a row, right?
Not 2 years in a row, I did
2
it
years.
in 2021.
Okay, and then this here, Fatima, come on down. Another round of applause for the owner of Steel Skin Solutions, fellow veteran with the Thank you, appreciate you,
One
congratulations.
more round of applause for all of our volunteers. All right, that concludes that portion of our agenda. Before we go on to public comments, I know we have some folks that are in here that were here for the special presentations and appointment to the board. At this point, we're going to get into the regular business of city council. So I see we've got some young folks in the room here, so I'll give you an opportunity to file out if you'd like to. Now, you can stay if you want to, as we get into the regular business of our meeting, but I want to give you an opportunity to leave if you so choose. So we'll give you a few minutes to file out.
Sí, okay.
All right, seems the folks that had to leave have filed out. So let's go on to the next portion of the agenda, public comment. Madam Clerk, do we have any members of the public wishing to offer public comment?
We do, Mr. Mayor.
All right, will you read the rules of public comment, please?
Pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, all persons shall be permitted an opportunity to address public officials under the rules established and recorded by the council. Under our rules, any person may address the city council for up to 3 minutes with a maximum of 30 minutes allotted for all public comment. No person other than the timekeeper or the chair for the purpose of maintaining order may interrupt a person recognized for public comment during his or her comments. Members of the city council shall not engage with nor respond to a speaker during the time set aside for public comment. Staff is directed to follow up with members of the public with respect to any concerns raised during public comment within the scope of the city's authority following the adjournment of this meeting.
Madam Clerk, will you call the first person wishing to offer public comment, please?
Alice Jones.
Alex Jones. Alice Jones, I apologize. Ms. Jones, call the next speaker.
Deepaknidu Pedinti.
All right, young man, you have 3 minutes to speak, beginning now.
Thank you. I'm good. Hi, my name is Deepak Pedenti. I'm a high schooler here at Aurora, and I'm here on behalf of the Borgen Project, an international nonprofit working together to fight global poverty. Even here in Aurora, we can lead a large impact on the world around us, and it's important for me to bring to light how all of you, too, can aid in the fight against global poverty. First, let me explain what the Borgen Project is and what we've been doing over the past few years. The Borgen Project functions through advocacy in the U.S. Congress to in the U.K. Parliament to pass bills that fight against global poverty, such as the International Affairs Budget, the Mines Act, etc. So far, in the past few years, when we began advocating for the Global Food Security Act in 2016, once that became law, as of 2019, 23 million people now live above the poverty line, and 5 million families are no longer suffering from hunger due to increased sustainable growth, such as improved agricultural practices, women's economic empowerment, and food security. With the consistent work of the Borgen Project's volunteers, this initiative and other key programs help people maintain a more stable and secure lifestyle in countries around us. Plus, these global investments also help to create U.S. jobs and protect our national security interests. Through solely advocacy, the Borgen Project has aided in the efforts to pass 13 bills within the U.S. Congress in the past 6 years. Now, as for how we in Aurora can lead a change in our world, turn even your idle time into advocacy time. Advocacy can be done through just a simple call or email to your congressional leaders, for most of us being Bill Foster, Tammy Duckworth, or Richard Durbin. Put these 3 congressional leaders' phone numbers into your cell phone or save their email addresses and simply call them or email them on a weekly basis in support of poverty-focused bills like the International Affairs Budget or the Mines Act. And if you want more info for what bills you can support, you can head to the Borgen Project's website. Borgen is B-O-R-G-E-N, project. And just through sending them a call or an email, every congressional leader tallies tallies your advocacy. Even 7 or 8 tallies are enough for a congressional leader to co-sponsor a bill like the International Affairs Budget. If you'd like to support the Borgen Project in any other way, I here have a QR code for donating to my fundraiser for the Borgen Project. I thank the Aurora City Council for its time and hope that it takes into consideration fighting against global poverty, with Aurora at the head front. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you call the next speaker?
Adam Pauly.
Mr. Paul, you have 3 minutes to speak, beginning now.
Thanks, everybody. We're here again at the family dinner table that is City Council, and I just want to remind everybody how important even the most insignificant votes can end up being. 6 years ago today, you took up a matter that at the time may have seemed very small. Your first set of youth council people, I was one of them. And 6 years later, I've still hold elected and appointed office. It's the 6th year anniversary of that. And I'm up here today to thank all of those people for that spark of belief then and now, for all of those people who have worked and who have believed and who have helped me and who have mentored, and all of those wonderful people. I am truly blessed to be part of a good crowd. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you call the next speaker?
Curtis Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, you have 3 minutes to speak, beginning now, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So just a few things, just some interesting information that I came across just recently. There was a news story with respect to EV batteries or electric vehicle companies that are going to start soliciting cities around the country as far as perhaps purchasing their products. So what I did is I actually printed off this article, which has the EV itself, the type of battery it is, and then how much of the car's price the actual battery is. You'd be surprised that some of these batteries are like 30% of the car itself. So I just wanted to pass this around. And so that's the first one. Pretty interesting stuff. Also, in support of our newest members to the board family, this was published in September 2021, but it has at the top here the growth of the top jobs in the country. The bottom is the decline of the jobs. And then on the second page are the actual industries. And the music entertainment industry, they have the highest growth. So that's actually pretty cool that the newest board is going to be part of the highest growth as projected by the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So I have that one to pass around. And then last but not least, in support of the Disability Commission, the city posted today something really cool advertising the positions that are open. So what I did is looked at census data. And the first one is census data from 2020, which has, I tried to find the closest to Aurora. So I started with the state. And it has statistics for the state, where we rank as far as our percentage of folks with disabilities. But really interesting on this second part is for folks who have disabilities and their employment rate. So we have, for example, folks who are in Chicago, which is the lowest level we could get to, with the disability that are employed, 29%. And in the state who are without a disability that are employed, 72%, which is better than the U.S. average, where it's only, or it's actually worse than the U.S. average, because 34% at the national level of folks with a disability are employed, whereas in Chicago, only 29%. So this is census data here, and this is American Community Survey data here. So I just want to pass that around too in support of the board. Hopefully folks with disabilities will actually apply because they really are a good board. I don't sit on that board, but I try to attend as much as possible and volunteer just as a lay person wherever they need. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Madam Clerk, will you call the next speaker?
Steve Hendry.
Steve Hendry. Mr. Henry, you have 3 minutes to speak, beginning now.
Good evening. The other day, watching the different finance committees and things that have been on, that you all been working on a lot. Thanks. One of the things came up that was in the parks. I'm not sure, there were more, it was more than just the parks, but they got to talking about the Logman House on West Park, and I was a patient of Dr. Logman's, and I went to school with Larry and knew them, but I had met Margie Eddy's wife, and she said, and we got to talking, and she thought, people in the family would still be interested in the lions that are in front of the house. And I thought, well, they said they had to do, whether they knocked it down or rehabbed it, that they'd have to do abatement. I don't know how they would fall under that. But I have her contact if people would want to get in touch with her to make any kind of arrangement. And then coming, I also thought if that didn't work, possibly for them to become part of the McCarty Park as, I don't know, monuments or something to go with, or something to build around them as part of the park. Another thing was the issue of the tickets for the no parking and the beyond 2 inches of snow, and the remedy seemed to be, parking in the yards and other things that weren't in a lot of detail. But the thing that I came back to me was the number of vacant properties that there are. And some time ago, it was in Ward 2, there was talk about redoing a park or a walking path or making it into a parking lot that was in the back end of the Thor property. And there needed to be a survey done on the ground for contaminants. But I never heard any more back about that. But the empty lots is what stuck with me, as it wouldn't happen this year, it wouldn't happen in a couple of years. But I think when I got something from Chuck Nelson about all the empty lots when I was working with the gardens, there were a lot of them in.
Thank you, sir. 3 minutes is up.
Oh, sorry.
Madam Clerk, do you have any additional speakers?
It's Ward 2.
We do not, Mr. Mayor.
All right, let's go on to the next portion of the agenda. Let's go on to the consent agenda. Now we'll hear both the consent agenda and the direct to council consent agenda in full. Will the clerk now please read both agendas in full?
230416, a resolution approving the Invest Aurora and Ward 3 Facade and Site Improvement Grant Program. 230512, a resolution authorizing a 2-year grant program in the amount of $50,000 per year in partnership with Rebuilding Together Aurora and the Neighbor Project to assist qualified residents with projects in the 3rd Ward. 230769, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to purchase fire hose from Air One Equipment of South Elgin, Illinois, for the amount of $177,223. 230818, an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Section 2-491, Music, Events, and Entertainment Commission. 230840, a resolution authorizing the execution of real estate contracts to purchase properties and appropriating Rebuild Illinois bond funds required for the Indian Trails Signal Modernization and Resurfacing Edgelon to Highland project in the amount of $23,600. 230843, an ordinance amending Chapter 27, Section 27-168, stopping, standing, or parking prohibited. 230857, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to increase a purchase order with Oxy Valley Electric Supply to an amount not to exceed $70,000 for supplies needed for the electrical division. 230859, a resolution authorizing the city to accept a grant award of $85,630 from the Illinois Attorney General's Office as part of the Attorney General's Organized Retail Crime Grant Program. 230892, a motion authorizing and directing the Chief Human Resources Officer to execute a settlement agreement on behalf of the city in workers' compensation claim number 189999617-001. 230903, a resolution authorizing an agreement for a 3-year subscription with 2 option years for a complete website redesign and existing digital services from Granicus in Denver, Colorado for a total amount of $1,277,459.69. 230866, a resolution accepting the dedication of an easement located at 805 Enterprise Street, being Lot 1 of Meridian Business Campus, Phase 2, Unit 9. 230867, a resolution accepting the dedication of an easement located at 925 Enterprise Street, being Lot 3 of Meridian Business Campus Phase 2, Unit 9. 230871, approval of the minutes of the Tuesday, October 24th, 2023 City Council meeting. 230875, a resolution accepting the improvements and maintenance security for Gramercy Square, Unit 3, Gramercy Avenue, and South Commons Drive. 230878, a resolution accepting the improvements and maintenance security for Hobbs Building, 2612 South River Street. 230880, a resolution accepting the improvements and waiving the maintenance security for Take 5 Chicago at 2857 Kirk Road. 230889, a resolution accepting the dedication of an easement located at the intersection of McCoy Drive and Cheshire Drive, being Lot 224 and Lot 225 of Fox Valley East Region 2, Unit Number 30, Oakhurst, and Lot 151 and Lot 152 of Fox Valley East Region 2, Unit Number 33A, Oakhurst.
So moved.
Been a motion made by Alderman Garza, second by Alderman Smith. Before we entertain those motions, are there any questions or motions to remove anything from either the direct to council consent agenda or the consent agenda? There being no questions or motions to remove any items, being a motion, a second on the floor, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The consent agenda and the direct to council consent agenda are both approved. Madam Clerk, we go on to unfinished business. Please read the first item on unfinished business.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, for the next four.
For the next four items, as Alderman Warman has already recused himself at COW, he's going to continue that recusal here at City Council. Let the record reflect that Alderman Warman is leaving the City Council chambers while we deliberate on these next four items. Madam Clerk, will you call the first item under unfinished business?
230800, an ordinance amending Chapter 8, Division 8-4-1 pertaining to amusement devices generally.
So moved. Second.
There's been a motion by Alderman Garza, second by Alderman Franco. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this ordinance? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
11 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. Ordinance is adopted. Read the next item.
230801, an ordinance amending Chapter 8, Article 8-4, Division 8-4-5 pertaining to video gaming.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions on this particular item? There being none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
11 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Read the next item, Madam Clerk.
230803, an ordinance amending Chapter 29, Article 29-4, Division 29-4-2 pertaining to gambling.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Any questions or discussions on this particular item? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Smith?
Yes.
Seville? Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
11 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. We read the last item that Alderman Warman has recused himself from, Madam Clerk.
230806, an ordinance amending Chapter 8, Division 8-4-6
Second.
pertaining to video gaming.
Motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions regarding this ordinance? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
11 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Before you read the next item, we can bring Alderman Mormon back in to the chamber. The record reflect Alderman Mormon is returning to the City Council chambers. Madam Clerk, you read the next item under unfinished business.
230855, an ordinance pertaining to the paid leave policies and practices applicable to employees of the
So
city.
moved. Second.
A motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Are there any questions or discussions on this item? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
No.
And Alderman Warman?
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Madam Clerk, read the next item under unfinished business.
230865, a resolution updating the snow parking violation fee pertaining to Chapter 27, Section 27-8, Fees, Fines, and Penalties of the City of Aurora Code of Ordinances entitled Motor Vehicles and Traffic.
So moved.
A motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Franco. I understand there is going to be some questions or discussions on this particular item. Still some outstanding questions from a few aldermen, so why don't we have somebody from the mayor's office step up and just give a short presentation so we can give a little bit more of a background based on what we talked about in COW, and then we will answer those questions. You gave a full presentation last week. Just give a short background, just refresh our recollection on our memories on what we're talking about, and we'll get into the questions that are still outstanding.
Okay, no problem. Ruthie Harris for Property Standards, and as the mayor stated last week, we talked about the increase in the fee for the snow parking tickets. It is currently $25, and it's been that way since 2013. And we are looking to increase it by $15, making it $40 per parking ticket. We do have comparables from nearby municipalities or surrounding municipalities. And we have been, we've met and discussed, and this is where we ended up at. So if you guys have any questions for me or Alex, we will be happy to answer.
Do we have any outstanding questions? Alderwoman Garza.
The question I have is, you mentioned they want to provide allocations for where the people can park when this happen. So we have to find the places, and we have to talk to the owners of the parking spaces or the churches, how they want to work.
I think that, well, not that I think, I know that is a totally separate issue. That was a suggestion that was given to the aldermen to see if that is something that, you know, us as a city can work with private owners for private properties to see if they would even be in agreement to do that. But what's in front of you today has nothing to do with that suggestion. Today is just strictly the increase in the fee for the snow parking.
Okay, so the suggestion you make, it was a suggestion only?
Correct.
Or they can park in the grass also?
Yes, and that is something that we are going to, we're already working on getting that information together with graphics as well to show the citizens of Aurora and to give them that assurance that we are not going to ticket them if they park on the grass when we are in a snow event. Because right now we have an ordinance that says you can't park on the grass. So we want to assure our citizens that when we are in this event, up to 24 hours after the event has ended, they're okay to park on that grass, just so they can give us the opportunity to plow curb to curb. So, but that has nothing to do with the item in front of.
They don't have nothing to do with the increase, is what I'm
No.
saying.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm confusing with it when you mention that, and I
Yeah.
say, well, some properties, they not even have driveways.
Correct.
And all.
Yeah.
So where they want to park?
Yeah.
And you mentioned now, maybe if they have yards or they have grass, it's fine.
They can park there.
But other than that, so you mean the houses are we have some blocks that are very narrow. And I know they need to move for cleaning. I understand that perfectly. But I don't know, in my opinion, it's kind of, we want to create a more confusion or more problem, because where these people want to park if they don't have no yard, if they don't have no place to go?
I can't answer that right now. Where can they go? That is something that will have to be looked at and talked through. But for right now, what's in front is the increase on the parking tickets. And I will be more than happy to sit with any of the aldermen and alderwomen that are on here today. If there's anything else that needs to be discussed, worked through, my door's open.
Yeah. Because right now, you're discussing only when it's snow, it's 2 inches of snow.
Correct.
Because if we want to increase, so they're talking about also the people park in the corners or in the yellow curb. So the reality is, we don't have enough people to write in tickets.
That is
Because
correct.
a lot of people I saw parking in the yellow curbs or in the corners, causing a lot of problems. But, yeah, it's an issue we have in the, and especially in my area.
Yep.
And like you see it.
Yeah, and we're
more
working
people
on
have
that.
tickets as the second word. So, and people is not happy to increase the tickets because, not because they don't want to pay the $15 additional, it's because they don't have the place to park. This is the point.
Okay.
I know you don't have no answer for that.
And let me,
Yeah.
I'll just interject a little bit. And forgive me for speaking out of turn at COW, because what I suggested was that as the alderman of the ward, who is more familiar with the ward, your wards that you've been alderman of for many years, you may know and can assist with potential areas for cars to park if in those cases where they don't have grass. But I think we all agree in here that we need to get folks' streets plowed in any circumstance. And I think we all agree when people are parked in the streets when there's snow 2 inches or above, it's very difficult to plow streets, especially in our older areas where the streets are a lot more narrow than in our newer built areas. So the fact that the administration and staff are allowing people to park in areas where they would not normally be able to park, meaning their front yards and their grass, or other places that we will help to identify as, we get closer to large snow events. It all helps that community.
Yes.
Everybody in that community deserves to have their streets plowed just like everybody else. And the only way that we can do it is by them assisting us by parking in areas where it doesn't prevent a snow plow from going through. So, the issue today, as pointed out by staff, is this is all just about increasing the fee, which hasn't been increased for a number of years. So
I understand,
we'll
Mayor,
do
but
that next part. Go ahead.
we want to create another issue, is what I'm saying. Yeah, we identify the areas. The point is, there's so many parking spaces in the churches or the school, like a Waldo school. Who want to talk to District 131 if they allow people parking in there and for how many hours? And the liability insurance is involved with that too.
The same people that always do that, the administration. And again, it'll only be suggestions from aldermen about potential areas, but it would be up to the administration and the staff to go out and and talk to the school districts or whoever it is, the churches, to actually make any contract or agreement with them. We'll do it as we always have. But today's issue is about raising the fee from 25 to 40.
Okay.
Question, Alderman Yamas.
I just want to make sure that this is not just a suggestion, but this policy of us not enforcing or not ticketing cars for parking in the front yard or in the backyard on the grass during snow events. Are you confirming this now that for a fact we're not going to do that when we have snow events this year?
That's correct.
That is correct.
Just so everyone at home listening knows that, because then people are going to see the headlines and freak out because the city raised the fee $15. But I would like the other half that to be, well, the other part of the news is we're also not going to ticket if you park in your front yard.
That is correct. And the information that's going to be disseminated to the citizens will clearly state that. And again, it will show them where it's going to be acceptable for them to park, so it could put them at ease and not worry about receiving that ticket from the code enforcement department.
Right.
But absolutely, we will make sure that that is put out there in the citizens' hands so they can see it for themselves, and just rest assured that that's not the way that we are going to handle code enforcement when we have a snow event.
Thank you.
Questions? Alderman Lesh?
Sure. I just want to throw something at you, and I appreciate the effort to find places for people to park, but if you have a four-wheel drive, perhaps it's easy to get in the front yard. But if there's already 6 inches of snow and you drive a Prius, you're already trying to hurdle the curb. Plus, you don't know if you're going to get any further in that 6 inches of existing snow. And I just think that the whole thing falls in lines with being somewhat impractical. The second thing I would point out to the rest of the council, if you look at the comparables, all of the ones that are $50 or more, with the exception of Yorkville, all have odd even parking, which means that the place we're giving someone to go park is on the other side of the street. Well, they clear off one side and you move the cars to the other side, clear off the left or the right side. It just makes sense to me that you've got to give people a place to park other than their yard, especially in the poor neighborhoods, as Alderwoman Garza pointed out. Some people have fences around their yards. There's literally nowhere to go, or trees or bushes or something else. And some people don't even have driveways. So, I mean, to me, I said it before, this affects the poor people the most, and is going to be viewed as many as a tax on the poor. So, and that's my position. Thank you.
They brought up 2 points that I have to address. One, if that person is going to have an issue parking in their front yard with a Prius with 6 inches of snow, they're going to have that same problem pulling off in the street in 6 inches of snow. They're going to have that problem in 6 inches of snow, period, if they don't have a four-wheel drive. Hold on. And then, the fact is, what you're not doing is thinking all the way to the end. All the way to the end is all these folks deserve to have their streets plowed, period. The few folks that don't want, that aren't in compliance and leave their cars out in the street when we have these snow events are messing up for everybody else that deserve to have their streets plowed. This is not a tax on the poor. Matter of fact, we're trying to come up with as many solutions as possible to give people alternatives to park so we can plow their streets in their neighborhoods. So it makes absolutely no sense what the Alderman Blash is saying, other than just coming up with criticisms without any solutions. But, Alderman Franco.
So I wasn't here at the COW meeting, but I will tell you this, every winter when we have snow, I never get complaints from people getting tickets. I always get complaints, and a number of them, for people who on their block are screwing up the street because they won't get off the block. It's the complaints about not having the streets plowed because somebody's parked in the streets. That's the majority. That's the greater number of people complaining. So that has to be addressed. And even though we're addressing it, it seems like we're still not doing enough. So that's okay. We're doing what we can. But the point is, more people want them off the street than don't. That's easy. That's an easy one. I think that's probably the way in most wards, because if I can't get on the street, and we see this is not just poor neighborhoods. We see this in neighborhoods where they got a driveway, they were just too lazy to do it. Well, you got to pay the piper, because you are affecting everybody else on your street. And when you can't have transportation problems and you can't get to work because your street's not plowed because that person's there, that makes all the difference in the world. So I would say, yes, we have to address it. You do what you can to make it better, but the people want this done. They want those streets plowed.
But again, this goes back to this big, I'm sorry, Mr. Seville, did you have something? This goes back to the issue here is raising it from 25 to 40, which hasn't been done in how many years?
10, since
in 10 years.
2013.
So, we got to give the time. Any other questions? No? All right, well then, Madam Clerk, go call the roll on this.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Present.
I'm sorry, what?
Present.
Oh, gotcha.
Present.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
No.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
10 yes, 1 no, 1 not voting.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, then that item passes, motion carries. All right, ordinance adopted. Read the next item under unfinished business. I'm sorry, was that? I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Did you have more?
No, are we done with them? Okay.
Now we need the new business.
All right, that concludes unfinished business. Let's go on to new business. Their motion to suspend the rules to consider
So
items that
moved.
are new
Second.
business. The motion made by Alderman, second by Alderman Franco. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Spill?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Will you read the title of the first item under new business?
230856, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to enter into an agreement with Electric Conduit Construction in the amount of $399,388 for electrical improvements along
So
Piney
moved.
Street in Ward 6.
There's been a motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman, I was gonna say Tyler. Mike tried to get a deep voice off me, man. Mike Seville, I know you changed your name place last time. Alderman Seville, I second that. Questions or discussion or presentation?
I can answer any questions. This item was brought before the INT committee yesterday, and they recommended it for approval. We appreciate the opportunity to bring it forward to you tonight because of the long lead time associated with the electrical components, as well as the fact of the quickly closing of the construction season.
Questions from Alderman Seville?
Yeah, it says in the staff report that you're looking to remove the deck entirely.
Correct. So the deck has reached the end of its useful life, and the very first step as part of demolishing it is going to be removing all of that electrical hardware that's hanging from the bottom of the deck, and some of it's actually, quite frankly, falling off because of the rust. This project will take all that electrical gear off of the deck, put it underground from the far west transformer on Piney Street, and then down along underneath our sidewalk in our public street of Piney, and then at a 90-degree angle into each of the buildings to a new meter socket at each location. That'll give us the ability to then demo the deck, which we're currently getting bids on, and then it's going to be up to the individual property owners to decide what they want, because we've had a mix of desires on that street. Some want a small deck, some just want a staircase, some want nothing at all, but the consensus was we don't want to be part of a block-wide maintenance of a communal deck. And so we'll end up working with the individual business owners as they come in with their requests, and we would work with our legal department on a licensing agreement to allow them to do what they want to do.
And what's the time frame for demolition of the deck?
It really depends on this electrical gear and when we can get it in the city of Aurora. And so some of the gear could be months out, but some of the gear can be, some of the installs can occur before some of those critical components come in. So at least our guys can start working, and then as those parts come in, we'll take a look at the next step at that point.
So are we thinking this season or spring?
For the demo, it would be probably late winter, early spring, I would guess.
In the completion of the other decks?
It would be up to each individual owner as we work with them on their decision as what they want. Some of them want access to their basements. I never thought about this, but there's access to a lot of the basements back on Piney, but the deck restricts the height of the staircase coming down into their basement. That's why some of them don't want any deck put back.
And are we keeping the stairway access down to the riverwalk from?
Good question. We will be. The one attached to the New York Street Bridge, yes.
Okay. But the going around in Duros, that will be totally demolished.
That one is going to have to be fortified as part of our demolition, because of the 7 buildings along Piney, only one needs the emergency egress, and that is that particular staircase. So.
All right.
Alderman Franco?
So each person may want something different. We're going to work with them for some kind of licensing agreement. Who's paying for whatever individual deck or whatever they want? Who pays for that?
That's yet to be determined. The city cooperated with building the original deck and then has maintained it for all these decades since. So I'm sure we'll be coming back before you with those license agreements with whatever's worked out.
And did the city of Aurora pay for the grease traps back there at one point in time?
Yes, we've been trying to abandon the sanitary sewer that's on the back of New York Street, good memory, and many of them have complied with that as they've redeveloped, and they put ejector pits in to pump the sewage up into New York Street, where we have a brand-new sewer.
So it will be coming back to us to figure out the finances of this, depending on what they want.
Depending, and some of them, like I said, many of them are just going to put a barricade on their back door and not use it anymore.
Thank you.
They don't need the back door for emergency fire exit?
Just that one building out of 7.
Okay, interesting.
And we checked with our building officials on that.
Okay.
Any other questions? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Babe?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Thank you.
Motion carries, resolution is approved. Thank you, Ken. Madam Clerk, read the last item on our new business.
230916, a resolution authorizing the mayor or the Aurora Police Department Chief of Police to enter into a memorandum of understanding between the City of Aurora and Chicago Premium Outlets.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Garza. Lieutenant, you want to give a quick presentation?
Yes, just a little information. Lieutenant Andy Walcott with the Aurora Police Department. Thanks for having me tonight. Sorry to bring to you this kind of last minute. We've been working with the Outlet Mall to get access to their camera system for safety and security. As you know, it's a high-profile location for the city with thousands and I think millions of visitors every year. And to us, it's very important to have access to that. It's been something we've been trying to get for some time. You all approved us to get the Fusus product about a little over a month ago, and this is just the second component, actually just allowing us the permission to enter into this memorandum of understanding. Any questions?
Questions, comments? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Thank you.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
No.
And Alderman Warman.
Yes.
11 yes, 1 no.
Motion carries. The resolution is approved. There are no reports this evening. Is there a motion to approve and pay the bills as listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Motion made by Alderman Franco, second by Alderman Smith. Are there any questions or discussions on the bills? There being none, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade?
Yes.
Alderman Lash?
Yes.
Alderman Warman?
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. The bills are approved. We are in need of a closed session under Section 2C11 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss litigation. Do I have a motion to enter into closed session and
Mayor.
thereafter
Mr. Mayor.
adjourn this committee of the whole, I'm sorry, the city council meeting with no further action or public business to take place? Did you have a question?
I did. I don't know if this is the appropriate place. If it isn't, you can tell
Well,
me.
tell you what.
Okay, you
I mean,
finish.
is there a motion, is it?
So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Franco. Question or discussion? Questions?
No, my question is, I just want to make acknowledgement of a 16-year-old young man from junior at Wabanzi Valley High School who lost his life last night with a vehicle versus bicycle on the street. Just a very, very sad situation. And I just wanted everyone here to know that that occurred last night. So we've lost one of our young people. This time change is tough for everybody, I think, when you're out. And a week ago, it was light at 5 o'clock, and, last night it was dark at 5 o'clock. So just wanted to bring acknowledgement to that.
Thank you. All in favor of going to closed session and adjourning this meeting right after? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, there's a roll call for this one. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Alderman Yamas?
Yes.
Alderwoman Garza?
Yes.
Alderman Masiacos?
Yes.
Alderman Donnell?
Yes.
Alderman Franco?
Yes.
Alderman Seville?
Yes.
Alderman Tolliver?
Yes.
Alderwoman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman Bug,
Yes.
Alderwoman Bade,
Yes.
Alderman Lash,
Yes.
Alderman Warman,
Yes.
12 yes, 0 no.
Motion carries. We are going to be going in closed session, so we're going to ask everybody in the audience to leave the city council chambers. Thank you very much for coming. We'll see you in a couple weeks.